What's up, Josh here. So this is definitely one of my favorite videos to make every year. This is my everyday tech for 2024. And a lot of things have actually changed from last year, believe it or not. It's only been a year, but it seems like I've gone through different tech and tried out different things to find out what works for me. And so yeah, without further ado, make sure to get subscribed if you aren't already. Let's get into it. Onto the bag. So this is the Air Tech Pack 3. I think this is one of the best and just the most well-rounded, good everyday carry backpacks. Funnily enough, this is my old Air Day Pack. I've been using this one for the past 6 years. And the thing that sold me on airbags is their comfort. Here's the tip. When you're looking for a backpack, comfort is probably like the most important aspect. Similar to like wireless headphones, like comfort is probably the most important thing. If you don't have comfort, then you're not gonna enjoy using it. So this one, as soon as I put this backpack on, it just felt like an extension of my back. I know it sounds weird, but the straps are nice and thick. The padding on the back and the ventilation was just one of the best that I've ever tested. I have tried out other bags. This is the Peak Design Everyday 20 liter. And first of all, I just couldn't get behind the side axis. I know this is really popular for hybrid carry if you have a camera and just some tech gear, but also the straps. Like the straps on these Peak Design bags are pretty thin, and this has been a complaint in the Peak community, but yeah. Anyway, let's get started with my tech bag. This is the front pouch of my bag. This is where I keep all my quick access stuff. So first up, my essentials. These are the things that I will always carry with me on a longer day, whether it's in a backpack or a sling. So my allergy pills, my chapstick, and my face sunscreen. I've tried to be better about my face sunscreen. I know my mom always tells me to put on sunscreen. Now, about the allergy meds, I've never really been a guy to care about allergies. Like, it hasn't really bothered me until this season. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I will always have this on me. Next to that, we've got some pens and a stylus. And then this is my new power bank for this year. So this is Anker's new 3-in-1 power bank. Now the unique thing with this one is that it has a built-in USB-C cable, which eliminates needing to pack or carry a separate cable. Since it's built in, you can just slide it out and then plug it into your phone when you need it. And since it's also bi-directional, you can also use that same cable to charge up the power bank as well. You can also use the flip out wall plug to charge up the power bank. And what's nice with doing that is the pass-through charging to charge both your battery and your devices at the same time. When the cable's not in use, the cable tucks neatly into this metal anchor and doubles as a carrying strap. And then on the top here, you've also got another USB-C port to charge another device. And on the front, you've got a nice LED display to see how much battery you have left. I can also get almost 2 full charges of my iPhone 15 Pro, which is enough for even the longest of days. So yeah, if you're interested, links will be down below, and a big thank you to Anker for sponsoring this video. Now on the bottom of the bag, I've got my MacBook charger accessories. Nothing too exciting here, but let's move on to the middle section of the bag. And by the way, can I just say, I love all of the organizers and the little pouches and nooks. For anybody who is like an organization freak, this bag, I'm telling you, this is a way to go. Now, moving on to the middle portion of the bag. Here is how it opens. Now, the first thing on top is the AirPods Maxes. Now, if there's one thing that I probably couldn't live without, I would probably say ANC headphones. I'm somebody who gets really easily affected by noise, like any small little noise, anything that's going on outside of my apartment. Like it sort of gets to a point where I can't even get work done until I put on my headphones. I don't know if that's just me, but that's sort of how I operate. Is my ears are super, super sensitive to just even the tiniest of noises. And so yeah, I will always have a pair of ANC headphones. I probably wear these at least 6 hours a day. Like it's pretty crazy. Now, before the Maxes, I had the XM5s, the Sony XM5s. And what I found with those is my ears, again, this goes back to comfort, but my ears would touch the drivers. And so the depth on the actual ear cups wasn't enough for my big ears apparently. And so the AirPods definitely have some pretty deep ear cushions, and I find that it suits my ears pretty well. If you're somebody with big ears, maybe give these a shot. Now the price is probably the most interesting about these headphones, $550. $550 is definitely a big hurdle, I think, for a lot of people, but knowing what I do now and how much use I get out of this thing, I would yeah, I would pay that money. Even now in 2024, the performance of the ANC is still surprisingly really good. The sound quality is fantastic. And I think the only thing that justifies the price is the Apple ecosystem integration, just being able to switch between my phone, my MacBook, and I think the most underrated one is the Apple TV integration. But yeah, these are probably the most important thing in my tech every day. So AirPods Max. Now the next thing in this main compartment is this. So this is the Air Slim pouch. This is a $40 pouch, but I opted for the X-Pack version, which brings that up to $60. And my whole idea with this tech pouch is if I'm traveling, if I'm just heading out somewhere, all I need to do is grab this pouch and that will ensure that I have everything I need to charge my devices. It's almost like a DOP kit, but for your electronics. So inside of here, I have a ton of cables, a ton of chargers. The first thing I'll do when I get to my Airbnb or hotel or whatever it is pull out this guy. So this is the Nomad 140 watt charger. With 140 watts, you can charge a lot. So I charge my MacBook, my phone, and one other accessory. So because of that, I have 3 separate USB-C cables that I keep in here. And then for my nightstand, I have another Nomad 65 watt charger and this ESR Travel 3-in-1 charger. And so everything is wireless. You just need to plug this in and then you have a wireless charger for your phone, wireless charger for your AirPods, and then this attachment for your Apple Watch. And then in here, I also keep this Anchor dock. I don't really use this other than for the micro SD if I'm carrying GoPro with me to import the footage. And then the last things that I keep in here are a lightning cable and a mini USB cable, and that's about it. So yeah, this is definitely a little bit overkill for most people, but I just find it super convenient to grab this, shove it in my bag or my suitcase or wherever, and just have everything that I need to keep my devices charged. Okay, and the last thing that I have in this main compartment, I won't always carry this with me, but this is the Anchor 250 watts power bank. Obviously a lot bigger, and I use this to power up my MacBook if I ever need a quick charge. Typically I don't find myself needing to use this at all because the MacBook is just so good at power management, but this is definitely a good backup if I find myself at a coffee shop without outlets, or if I'm sitting like not near an outlet, I have access to power. Last but not least, we get to the final compartment in the back, which has my laptop of choice, the M1 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now this is definitely one of those purchases that was initially like super painful. I believe I bought this refurbished and through an Apple employee, and even still then, with all of those discounts, it came out to like about a little under $3,000 after tax, which is like a lot of money to be paying for a laptop. However, I am so glad that I did. The 16 inches is nice just for editing on the go. And even to this day, I do everything on this laptop. I believe this is also the same laptop that MKBHD uses. And for a guy that has access to all the tech and probably can upgrade, he is still using this laptop. And so if that doesn't speak to how good this laptop is, like I'm not sure what would. But yeah, the hardware package on this is one of the best. It's got the ProMotion display. This really is a dream laptop for me. And then finally, before I forget, there is a quick access compartment on all of these airbags. And so on the top, I'll usually keep my sunglasses and my AirPods Pro. If I need to quickly take a call or for whatever reason, quickly pop some earbuds in, I'll have it on the top, easily accessible, and I sort of just dump everything I can up here. And yeah, that basically does it for the bag. Now, I do have my pockets and my wrists, so let's talk about that real quick. So on my wrist, this is the Apple Watch Ultra with the Nomad titanium band. And if there's one thing that I get more comments on more than anything, it's actually with this watch and this strap. Like I can't tell you how many comments I get both online and in person about this watch strap. And yeah, I definitely think this is the best watch strap for the Apple Watch Ultra. The way that it looks, the way that it functions, definitely isn't cheap, I'll tell you that, but I can say that it is a really nice strap. Now about the watch itself, it's been great. I've enjoyed using it for sleep tracking, for activity tracking, just glancing down at my notifications to see if it's something that requires my attention, requires me to pull out my phone or if I can just continue working. Some features I love are the calculator app where I can use to calculate tip. I also love that I can unlock my front door with the app on here. So I can basically just take this on a run and nothing else. The battery life is pretty good. I am also testing some Garmin watches and I'll make videos on those pretty soon. But yeah, it's pretty good, but in the grand scheme of things, it could be better still. But yeah, overall, it's a pretty solid watch. Now, moving on to my pockets. So in my left pocket, I've got my wallet, and in my right pocket, I've got my iPhone. So this is a Louis Vuitton wallet that my mom got me. I'm typically not the type of guy to go out and buy like designer gear, so I am really thankful that my mom was able to get this for me. And overall, I'd say this suits me pretty well. I like the minimal aesthetic. It doesn't have huge branding anywhere. I also like that there's a quick access pocket on the back. And yeah, it holds all the cards that I need. It's also pretty slim and fits in my pocket pretty well. So I have no doubt that I'll be using this wallet for many, many more years. And then last but not least, I've got my iPhone 15 Pro. This has been a fantastic phone. The only complaint that I have is with the battery life. So the battery life isn't the best on this phone. One thing that I have been testing though is with the 80% charge limit. This is a setting that pretty much limits your charging to 80%. And you might be asking, why would you want to do that? Well, theoretically, if you only charge your battery up to 80%, it should prolong the battery health, similar to like an electric vehicle. And so currently, you guys can check your phones as well, but my battery health is sitting at maximum capacity, 98% with a cycle count of 237. Now, from what I've seen online, this is actually in line with what other people are experiencing with their phone charging to 100%. So this might be a failed experiment, or maybe I just have bad charging habits. Sometimes I will get the phone down to like 5%, 2%, which isn't good for the battery. But yeah, other than the battery, this phone has been amazing. The camera on this is fantastic. I love shooting in RAW. It just really impresses me, the amount of detail that I can get out of it. And also in terms of video, being able to shoot ProRes with the Blackmagic app and just have full control over your exposure, your shutter angle, that sort of thing is honestly pretty game changing. And then my case currently is the Nomad leather case. But yeah, that about does it for this Everyday Carry 2024 video. If you're interested in checking out any of the products, they're all gonna be down in the description, which you can use to support the channel. Also, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to get back to you if you wanna drop a comment. Subscribe if you aren't already, leave a like on your way out. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.